Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fowler. What's going on? Let's see what we got. We got 10 people lined up, ready to go. I'm gonna let everybody get in here for a little bit. I got some things I'm just working on the back end. How's everybody doing? Let's see who we got in here. Starting off, we have Melanin Delight. Hey, what's going on? Got Trip. What's up? Teddy One is here. What's happening, bro? All right, Biz, my man, he's here, so I know everything's gonna go well. And that's it for right now. All right, so today we're not gonna really do any videos, right? We're not gonna do any reaction videos, but um, what we're gonna do is talk a lot of Vulcan, right? We're gonna talk a lot of Vulcan because I mean that why are we here? And actually, let me get this out of my ear. 'Cause I'm having a hard time hearing myself. Um, we need to talk about yesterday. We need to talk about the sacrifice vote, right? Like everybody knows that the sacrifice vote is gone. What's going on, Jason and Chad Hammer? What's going on? The Vulcan vote, the vote for the sacrifice, gone, right? And it's funny, like Prado was having a stream around the time everything was getting, everybody was going crazy. And I was sitting there saying, you know, I need to call in because I was actually I was driving, right? I had just finished my stream yesterday, and I'm like, I need to get my voice out there just for this topic because I talked about it, but I was just like, I was kind of like on both sides of the fence. I get why some people are like kind of tired and don't want to do another sacrifice, but on the other hand, I know the main benefits of having another sacrifice, especially B&B, because a lot of people have a lot of B&B. Like, come on, let's be real. Like, Binance is doing a lot of a lot of volume just as an exchange, right? So as an exchange, if they're doing that much volume, that means their coin is being moved around a lot as well. So, I mean, we want to use it. We should want to collect as much liquidity as we can and enough assets to back, right? So I voted yes. And when Prado had his stream on, I came on and I said, Brian needs to redo the vote. He does need to redo the vote because when he initially put out that vote, I was still streaming, right? I was still streaming, didn't really get to look to the side and really see what was going on, but just looked like a flat out throw out a vote, see how many emojis you can get, and that was it. And then it was like everybody put their vote out there, and you can clearly see that it was more negatives than positives, right? But then he puts the pros and the cons out. But by that time, it's too late. So I have to voice my opinion. Like most people, when they vote, they vote and they leave, right? They're gone, and I just didn't think that was right because as soon as we start putting on Prado's live, he started putting out the positives. I already knew the positives. A lot of people were saying a lot of negatives, like the circulating supply was going to go out of control. I was like, how? Because I mean, all you're doing is people are basically purchasing coins. Those are coins that are going to be what they were, even if they purchase on day one. The circulating supply goes up, right? So, I think what most people were afraid of was the fact that they still have this kind of ingrained in their brain that when we do the sacrifices, we also looking at like potential rebasing. Well, we don't have rebasing right now because rebasing is off. So until mainnet, and when mainnet goes in, that's when it picks up. It starts over again from what we initially put out. So meaning everybody who did their sacrifices and purchase and everything, that's what we go off of. So but it's not rebasing now, right? It's not rebasing as we go forward through sacrifices up to mainnet and stuff. It's no I mean, there's no rebasing going on. So I get why everybody thinks there was going to be tons of inflation, but that's not the case. So a lot of people weren't getting that through their brains, and then when they start to really think about it, they're like, wait a minute, wait. if we get more, if we have more liquidity, then that initial sell off is not going to be so bad, because they're not going to put all the liquidity in all in once, right? So they're going to let people do their sells, right? Let them do their sells, because that's what they're going to do. People sell. You got people who are dying to sell right now, right? So, and they'll take the $9. They won't even. They're like 10, 20, 100. You guys are on pipe dreams. I'm selling at 9. Well, let them sell at 9. But let's pick up all these new people that have been just awakened to Vulcan, right? The marketing that we're Brian and the team is doing right now, and the fact that we're doing more videos and stuff like that, and people starting to really kind of see what's been going on for the past months, right? People are catching up, but now they're like, well, how do I buy? Well, most people either didn't want to do Ethereum, right? They didn't want to do Ethereum, because of the reasons why we all know, because it's either too expensive or people just don't like it, right? And Ethereum's like the worst one. To just like do a sacrifice on, that's like the worst one. You do BNB. We did Seifu, was great because that's where we were, right? Like everybody was in Seifu. And then we had the BTC, right? The BTC was great, right? Ethereum didn't do too well, right? And that should be a not flag, but it should be at least a tall tale sign, for the years to come. If it's not, people aren't flocking with Ethereum, so Ethereum definitely can be beat. But you have to think that we have to oh snaps. I just saw this message with Greg. Greg says he got his package. So that means he has his Vulcan shirt. But back to what I was saying. Guys, we need the liquidity. It's not like, I'm not saying like as if we don't have enough. But more is always better. And like, don't you guys, want to see high numbers? I mean, that's the whole point. We want to, that's what we want. We want more people to buy. So why wouldn't we want to have a sacrifice now? And it's not stopping, it's not delaying anything. So what's the problem? What is the problem? There's really no problem. Like, Brian and teams already said, like, it's not going to cause a delay by having a sacrifice, and they're trying to start it. You can clearly see they're trying to start it by March 1st. That way they can get the full 30 days. And if there is no problems with testnet, right, then we launch and we go to the moon, right? That's the whole point, right? You want to build, a lot of people think that you make it rare and it's a scarcity that oh, okay, Greek. So people think that if you make it a scarcity, that it's just going to make things like, that much more of a moon when we launch. It doesn't. It really doesn't. If you stack up all the liquidity and then it gets, these we have we let that first day go, right? We let the sell off. I mean, come on, guys. Like, let's be real. Like, this is not rocket science. Like, we can easily do way better numbers with more liquidity coming from another sacrifice, especially BNB, when we know for a fact BNB does a lot. And right now, BNB is I think it went under 300, so it's cheap. So people want to buy, and they're gonna want to put it somewhere, right? Why not lock it in? So yeah, that's my thing with the vote. What are you guys' thoughts? I'm gonna look through the comments, put some more comments, what you believe on, what you think on the vote and why, and maybe we could discuss it. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody who has a yes or a no vote, because I mean, for me personally, I'm in. Like, I'm gonna put in, if there's a sacrifice, I'm gonna put in more. And I'm already top. I've topped up as much as I thought I could, but you put another sacrifice, I'm gonna go out there again, and I'm gonna put more in, because I still look at the leaderboard. So, I'm gonna keep trying to climb up. Now, for other people, it's great because they want to get in, or they want to get more in, or they have family members that want to get in, or they just want to get more. Like, come on, guys, let's do it. But let me check out these comments. I'm gonna go fly up to the top where I left off and see who's here and what's going on. All right, Chad's Hammer, what's going on? Jason's up in the house. What's going on? Let's see. Mellifella Crypto. There you go. More sacrifice equals more volume, more money. It's simple. And it's a long-term play. You're right. If you're a long-termer, like, this is what you want to do, because guess what? There's a possibility, even if you're the type of person you don't want to sacrifice, you're like, I'll buy it day one, right? If you wait till day one, that means you're gonna pay it $9. You're gonna try to pay it $9. But what happens if that sell-off isn't as deep as you think, right? Like, what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't dip the way you think it's gonna dip? What if it, dips with like $5 real quick, and by the time you load up, it's at 10, back at 10. Now we're going straight up 10, 12, 20. You don't know what the end of the day is gonna look like. Possibly 15, and the next day after that, it shoots up 30. Now you're spending more, right? But guess what? You would have had the chance to actually have a sacrifice before that, and then have to even worry about all that nonsense. But you chose to risk it, because for whatever reason. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna rue today the fact that you didn't want to have a sacrifice. Now, I'm not like poking you guys, but I'm just saying, like, come on, guys. Like, come on. Let's see what we got here. Oh, so Greek said, yeah, not your package, Moon's package. Oh, okay. Let's see. El Nini's in here. What's going on, bro? Teddy 1. I voted no matter what Prado said. Enough with these sacrifices. They can buy with Mayday. See, that's the thing, man. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, it's kind of like people, but I mean, I guess. I mean, if you just want a real volatile like launch, I guess. But I just think that'd be a lot smoother. Like, way smoother. Just having one more sacrifice, it's not gonna hurt. All right, Biz pushing that future Vulcan shirt. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody needs to get them a Vulcan shirt. Become one. And they got we have another one that doesn't say future. So what happens is, right, we launch, you start feeling yourself. Now you feel like, oh man, I'm life changing. Your life has changed. Then that's when you step up to the one without the future, and then it's just Vulcan Air. So that was the thinking behind it. Let's see. You should show it on Saturdays. Wait, man, you guys gotta start using your tags, man. I don't know who you guys talking to. You talking to me? Talking to Greek? Let's see. Mellifella Crypto, I'm for it. Marketing has started and new investors are ready to get in. There are tons of new investors, and every single day, right? Every single day, I was gonna go through this with the these articles. I do have some articles I want to go through. They're just the articles that were on the announcements. I just want to kind of go through like one of them. I thought was really done really well. A couple of them, actually. There's a couple of 2-3 of them that I liked, because they kind of, I'm more of a, how is the crypto affecting my investment, and these articles really broke it down. It's the most recent ones. Let's see. But yeah, we definitely want new investors to get a chance. Come on, guys. Like, I get it. You want to wait from day one, but I don't know. I think you can get more done with another sacrifice. I think you can get more done. Let's see. Vulcan will melt faces, from Andrew Pop. How you doing, Andrew Pop? You subscribe. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're not part. First off, like. I better have some likes on this video, this live. Come on, guys. Like, give me a like. Come on. Then, as far as if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because and also hit the notification bell, so you can know when I go live, so you don't miss a thing. Because sometimes I drop a lot of gems. Like, maybe not today. Today's like a discussion day, but some days I be having some gems, so you might want to be there for it. See, Jason, for me, they should restart the vote. Exactly. I did not think that vote was fair. I mean, I'm not gonna say fair. I just don't think it was well informing the investors before the vote was taken. So it was almost like, throw it out there and give me all your emotions, because that's what you got. You got emotions. You didn't get logic. You got a lot of emotions. That vote was more emotion than it was actual logic. So, but then as people start showing the stuff, what happened? People start changing their minds, and you saw the numbers change. So yeah, it needs to be redone, but it also needs to have everything broken down, the pros and the cons, a lot better, where people can make an informed decision on this. Now, again, I'm not for or against. Like, I voted yes, but if it doesn't happen, you're not gonna see me complain. I'm like, that's why I'm saying, guys who say no, I get it. You guys are fatigued. I get it. Like, I understand it. So let's see what else we got here. Greek talking to think trip. The bush burner. What's going on, bro? Let's see who sacrificed more, newcomers or the community. That's a good way to like kind of gauge what's going on, right? Like, we know we have new eyes, right? We have new eyes looking at us. How about we put out one last sacrifice with a sacrifice BNB, which is a token a lot of people can use. It's cheap, right? It's cheap to transact, and you're more likely you're gonna hit whatever bonus, right? If there's a bonus, most likely it's gonna get hit. So just give it a shot. I mean, now again, if you voted no, it is what it is. Let's see, Melon Delight. Sorry, tongue twister here. I voted yes. Good job. I mean, you see it, right? You see what potentials could be happening, right? Let's see. Crypto Pride is in the spot. What's going on, my brother? Let's see. Trip said, even that we have more volume, even if they sell, I still see buy pressure because most will be long holders sacrificing load our backs. I mean, you got to really look at what can potentially happen on day one, right? Yes, there's going to be a lot of sells, right? And that's going to bring the price down, right? Will it be below the 9? That is something, maybe we have to ask the 8 ball, right? Let's ask the 8 ball that question. But, what we're looking for is on day one, if you don't have a sacrifice, let's just say you don't have a sacrifice, right? And you have all the new people wanting to get in, they're gonna have to wait till day one. Now, what happens is you're gonna have everybody who's been in the project locked in. They're ready to sell. A lot of them. There's a lot of non-long termers ready to go. They had it. They ready to sell it back. Some of them just pissed off. They just want to get out of here, right? They're gonna do that, and the price is gonna drop. And then you have those newcomers. They're gonna buy it, right? Because they're not like, everybody's not just like some novice, right? Some of these people ready to snipe. So all you guys who are sitting here like, oh, let's not do a sacrifice, I'm going to take chance on the price being lower. Well, you're also taking a chance with all the newcomers and all the snipers. So what do you want to do? Do you want to lock in? You want to lock in that $9, right? Guarantee on a sacrifice, or do you want to sit there and take your chances with everybody who's been waiting, the newcomers and the snipers? And the snipers will be there. I guarantee it. Because if we blow up the way we blowing up on marketing right now, I promise you there's going to be snipers there, right? There's whale snipers all over the place. They're going to be waiting. So if you're a person that's voting no, and you still want to buy some, and you think you're going to find a cheaper price at you're just waiting for people to see if they sell and all that stuff, good luck. I mean, if that's what you want to try. Now, me personally, if there's no other sacrifice, if there's a sacrifice, I'll sacrifice and do some more. But I'm not gonna sit there and try to. I'm gonna try. If I see it sit there long enough, I'll probably bite. But if it's some volatile stuff going on, when it's going up and down, I'm not about to try to catch the price. I'm just not about to catch the price. I'm just not. I'm not. I'll probably make a video, or maybe I'll be live and watch everybody else do it. But I'm telling you guys, like, I think you guys should think about the sacrifice. Let's see. We got Cut the Music. What's going on, bro? Your new face. I hope you subscribe. That BNB sack would be lit. It would be lit. It'd be very lit. Because, I mean, compared to the other sacrifices, even the Ethereum, right? We just really started getting, like, this marketing stuff has really just started within the last week and a half. Like, really, when you start seeing these newcomers and stuff, like, this just started. So, like, Ethereum sacrifice had already been out, right? It wasn't really even promoted like that. So now we're in a time where a lot of marketing is going on. So if all you guys who are sitting there saying we need marketing, we need marketing, we need marketing, well, don't you want to see what this marketing can do? So how about you put out a sacrifice, right? So you can see what this marketing is really doing. That's how you gauge. That's how you gauge if marketing is effective or not. Like, you're gonna get the marketing effective, like, oh, we seeing more people, yes, but are they ready to buy? Are they pumped up to buy? Like, this is how you do it. You need to have that out there. Now, if you don't have it, now you're gonna sit there and hope that marketing propels everybody all the way to mainnet, which again, we still have at least a minimum 30 days starting March 1st after testnet starts. So also remember that. Let's see. Greek saying my Greek emoji has 22 votes. Nice. 8ball knows. All right, so it looks like we're at the bottom of the chat. Let's see. Trip says because a lot were not happy with November 20th, so BNB SAC would have helped us load up. And that way they aren't fudding the marking they can see. Yeah. I mean, we've been through a lot. Like, I'm not gonna even lie. As a project, this has been. I'm a pretty good diamond hand holder, man. I'm like diamond fist. Me personally, I haven't been like racking my brain too much because, and I don't know if it's because I started doing influencing and doing the whole YouTube thing. It's been a little bit easier. But a lot of people, guys, I get it. You guys be stressing out and stuff. A lot of people who be on Discord every day, I get it. Like it's rough. But all I can say is like, what are you here for? Now, if you're here short term, then I understand what you know. I understand right? Like you're fed up. You don't, a lot of these people are short term, they're ready to sell. Sell majority of the bag, maybe leave a moon bag behind. Like, I get it. Like, you guys, it's tough, right? It's tough. But, even if you're a short-term person, you're ready to sell day one, wouldn't you want to at least see what you can get out of beyond $9? Because it looks, a lot of people are ready to just sell. Now, there's a lot of nodes out there that probably aren't ready. They're still long-termers. They just don't want to, for whatever reason, whether it's increasing the supply too much, or, it's just, maybe you just don't want others to experience $9, I guess. I don't know. I mean, because more is better. Like, us having more investors is better. There's really no downside. Like, you can't use selling as an excuse. Like, you can't say, oh, if we get more people sacrificing, they're gonna sell more on day one. Well, that's kind of fine, because guess what? We have fixed flex and we have the power pool, right? And we got, claiming the flex. And what does that go off of, guys? It goes off volume. And how do you get volume? You get volume comes from buys and sells, right? Buys and sells, not just buys, sells as well. So if you're worried that there's going to be more sells because there's more people sacrificing, then you should be happy. I mean, come on. Like, there's no downside. Like, and there's no, you can't convince me, because I've been through this thing left and right. So there's nothing you could tell me that'd be like, oh, you're right, man. Maybe we shouldn't have a sacrifice. There's no downside. Now, if you don't just want people to get $9, I get it, man. I guess you're just selfish, stingy. I would hate to be hungry right next to you, because you probably wouldn't help me with some food. Because, like, I mean, come on, like, who cares if they get it for $9? Like, it's their money. Like, come on. Yeah. Come on. Everybody should be saying yes. Everybody should be voting yes. And I think you know what? I'm gonna pull out this 8-ball real quick. I'm gonna bring it out early. And then we're gonna get to the articles because I want to do the 8 ball. I want to do the 8 ball. Let's do the 8 ball. Yep, let's do the 8 ball. We're gonna do this early. What? Uh-oh. Looks like the 8 ball don't want to come out. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. That was my fault. I have the Vulcan near thing up front. There we go. Bow. 8 ball knows all. Okay, so we're gonna do it like this because I need to hear from the 8 ball about this sacrifice. So let's shake it up. Let's ask the question: will we have a BNB sacrifice 8 ball? Bam! This thing is out of control. I can't get enough of this thing. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. The whole week long, this thing has been on point. Like, man, I need to go to the casino or something. This thing is actually kind of scared. Man, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But look, now, I'm sorry, guys. Now, it's still a vote. There's still a vote needs to be done. Now, you would have to prove this 8 ball wrong by basically saying no across the board and it not having a sacrifice. Now, this 8 ball is something else. This 8 ball is something else. Greek, stop this 8 ball. It's out of control. All right. So let's reset it. Let's reset this thing. All right. So we already got the answer on that one, right? Oh, crap. You never know. It's still a March 1st. Until March 1st and there's no sacrifice, I ain't believing it. I'm sorry. Brian said no to things before. And guess what? They end up happening. So I'm not until then, until March 1st, 8 ball it said its answer. Care what you guys say. Let's see. Somebody give me another 8 ball. Somebody give me another 8 ball question. Give me another 8 ball one. How about this one? I got one. I got one. I don't want to hear the answer though. Will we launch mainnet April 1st? That's a good one. That is a good one. That's a good one too. Ah! Yes! This 8 ball is something else, man. This 8 ball will give you so much confidence, man. Like, so much confidence. It's ridiculous. This is like the most confident 8 ball I've ever seen. Like, jeez. Jeez Louise. Tell me the answer I don't want to hear. Like, man. All right, so April 1st, guys. This thing is, and now, again, I know what you guys are probably thinking. Like, man, this 8 ball is loaded. Like, it's not. Like, I'm telling you. And Greek in the test. Greek in the test that this 8 ball is not loaded. It's not a loaded 8 ball. So, all right, let's do business 8 ball. Okay. We already did that with Compton. That was we did that like 2 days in a row. We did the 150 and I think somebody did 300. Now you do a 350. You gotta give me a better number than that. Because we already did 300. We did 300 yesterday. It said yes. What you guys try to do? Try to prove it wrong to see if it's gonna confuse it or something? All right, let's okay, Biz. I'm tongue twisted today. Will Brian Legend change his mind on the sacrifice event? See? That's tough. It's saying it's too tough. Brian Legend is too tough cookie for the 8 ball to predict. I mean, it's a yes or a no. Now we can roll it again. But I think this one's like, I think this was probably right. It don't know. It don't know. It could be either way. Brian Legend is just a guy just off the cuff. He can change his mind at any time. So how could the 8 ball know? How could the 8-ball know? This 8-ball, I'm telling you, it's 100%, man. It knows people. It knows Brian Legend changes his mind left and right. It literally said, how would I know? How would I know? How would I know? That is the answer. How would I know what Brian Legend is going to do? And that's 8-ball, right? But if you ask me, I would have said the same thing. How would I know? How would I know? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to have a sacrifice event or not. Damn, this thing is awesome. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Chad's Hammer. Will Price. Okay, 8-ball. Yes, 8-ball. Because you got to tell him. 8-ball. Will Price 10x by first Firestorm event. That's a good one. I like this one. Signs point to yes. Oh my god. I'm telling you guys, like, and if you don't believe me, you can ask Greek and you can ask Curtius. There's no way to load this 8-ball. This 8-ball is literally giving you some shake up answers here. Okay? It's giving you some straight up shake up answers. And Greek can attest, because guess what? He won. He won about 200 some bucks, you know, on the 8-ball, on a wager, a sports wager. And he did it right off the 8-ball. And the 8-ball wasn't playing. Let's see. All right, Compton, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna do this, but you know, I'm gonna do this. But just let you know, you gotta, you know what? Let's do it. Fuck. Because you know what? You said, will it go to 350? You don't have no, you don't have no time date on it. So let's see. 8-ball. Will Vulcan blockchain ever get to 350 bucks? There you go. There you go. It looks like the 8-ball is official. It's an official tool of Vulcan blockchain. Yep. Yep. Let's see. Okay, let's see. John Kano, what's going on, bro? Let me try to catch up here. OBZ, what's up, bro? Oh, OBZ. Now that you're here, I was waiting for you to actually come in. We do need some 8-ball merch. Good. I just peeped that. I just peeped that right there. Hold on a second. Let me I gotta do this for OBZ. Because let me see here. I'm supposed to do this for OBZ because he actually purchased something out of my merch shop. Okay. And I do this for everybody who purchases anything after the live or while the live's not going on. I actually make sure you guys see it. Yeah! What? Okay. Yeah! All right. So back to the 8-ball stuff here. Back to the 8-ball. That's what I'm saying. Chad, Chad's Hammer, you see the 8-ball going? Do you see it? Chad's up here wooing because he sees it, right? Like, I mean, you guys cannot deny this 8-ball. You cannot, because it's been spot on. It did. You asked a question about Brian Legend. It said, you know what? Brian Legend is too chaotic for me to give you an answer. He said, how would I know? Right? Compton wanted to hear 350, even though we said 150 and 300 the other days. We go overrun it again. Guess what? It says yes. Like, come on. What else do you need the 8-ball to do to prove it's right? Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see what other questions we got here. Let's see. Jason. Oh. Okay. Here you go. Y'all be asking questions you want to get burned on. Okay. Jason. 8-ball. Will cosmic force change the gaming industry for the blockchain? Shake them up. Oh. Now, you can always prove they ain't wrong. So I swear, old Steven over there, look at his channel. It's the 8-ball. Steven, guys, Cosmic Force, just know it's not me, right? This is the whole point of the 8-ball because it's out of my hands. It's on the 8-ball. Beat the 8-ball up. Don't beat me up. Oh my god. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely need some 8-ball merch. I'm definitely gonna be making some 8-ball merch here. Yeah, like I'm making some 8-ball merch because 8-ball is it's a hit. I don't care what anybody says, it's a hit. The 8-ball is a hit. It's gonna continue to be a hit. And I think it's gonna outdo Prado's calculator in no time. This is the one right here. Let's go. All right. Oh, let's see. Trip says, will we moon? Will we? How do you? You gotta kind of make that like, will we moon? Will we? Okay, let's say, will we moon from mainnet? No. You kind of gotta put a little bit to it because you say, will we moon? It's like, will we moon? All right, I'll just say, will we moon? Let's see. 8-ball, will we moon? Our answer is in another 8-ball. Let's see another 8-ball. Let's go. Run it. 8-ball. Will we moon at launch? After launch. Let's throw it out there. Let's go. All right. Like I said, after launch. So how's that? You know, like I said, you got to kind of put it to a little to the test. You say, now I can say this, right? I got one for it. Because when you say, will we moon, like, what does that mean? Like, 8-ball, like, will we moon? Like, okay. Let's see. 8-ball. Will we all become Vulcanaires? That's better than mooning, if you ask me. Well, this is awkward. I love this 8-ball. It's got some great sayings. Because you know what? Your traditional 8-ball doesn't even have some of this stuff. But like this, I like this. I like these some of these answers. Okay. Let's give it a better question. Because Trip fixed her question. Will Vulcan moon? Here we go. Let's see if we can get the right answer of this thing. Now, I'm not a snake salesman. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh. Now that's a question. You know, you really think about it. He said, "Will we moon?" Right? Will we moon? Well, does that mean am I gonna pull my pants down and moon? Right? No, it said no. Don't count on it. Right? Because I'm not gonna moon you guys. But when we say, will Vulcan moon? As I see it, yes. That's how you play it. That's how you play it. Okay. All right. I think we had enough of the 8-ball. We had enough of the 8-ball. I think it's tired. It's, you know, you can only get so much out of it. Let's go. Okay. So let's get to some of these articles that I actually was interested in seeing and share with you guys. But I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys actually seen this stuff, but I kind of want to go through it because it's and I keep going with this SEC thing because it's real, right? Like, we have to understand that this stuff is not going to go away, and you know, and this is actually me talking to you guys about it, making sure you guys reinforce, because I know you guys see these articles and you kind of like, Ryan puts in announcements like whatever, right? And you shouldn't. And some articles don't really get me going, right? But it's not necessarily meant for me. I'm already here. But this article, this one in particular, actually grabbed me because this is what's going to be out there for people to see. And you know, it should be known. Like people should know, like, hey, this is what's going on with staking, right? And this is what you need to understand about auto staking. And like this stuff is out here, and it's getting put out. I saw that, Jason. Never, never, never. So we're gonna go through this article, and I actually have it. And I'm not gonna read it because I'm like tongue twisted. I've been talking before I even did this live. I've been talking a lot, and I'm going to hand it over to Microsoft Sam. Okay, so here we go, and I'm going to comment as it goes on. But let's get it. Let's get it. And we only got like 20 minutes anyway, because I can see.
Understanding the impact of the SEC charges on cryptocurrency staking. SEC charges on cryptocurrency staking. The recent charges by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, against certain cryptocurrency staking companies have caused some concern in the crypto world. In this blog post, we will take a look at what these charges are, the potential consequences of them, and how cryptocurrency staking could be affected. By the end of this post, you should have a better understanding of the impact of the SEC charges on cryptocurrency staking. What are the SEC charges? The SEC has recently released new regulations that impact crypto staking. These regulations prohibit entities from engaging in any type of crypto staking, including activities such as issuing and trading tokens. This comes as a major blow to those who were hoping to use it to make money. In this section, we will provide a brief overview of the SEC's new regulations and discuss the charges that will be levied against entities involved in this activity. First, it is important to understand the basics of SEC regulation when it comes to crypto staking. The SEC regulates all securities transactions and offers guidance on how best to comply with its laws. As part of this effort, the SEC has issued specific guidance on how cryptocurrencies should be treated under securities law. In short, they are considered securities if they satisfy certain criteria. For example, they must be offered to investors and can be traded on a regulated market. Now let's get down to business. Under the new regulations, any entity that engages in any form of crypto staking will face charges. These charges range from civil fines up to potentially criminal penalties, including imprisonment. The most common charge.
All right, really quick, and that's key, right? Like, they are really gonna start coming down. Like I'm telling you, like they are tired of the centralized exchanges, right? Like, one, because if you think about it, they really ain't paying no tax because they don't even keep up with a lot of, let's just say, we always say that tax implications go when you send money to the bank, right? But it's supposed to be if it hits their exchange, right? So anything that hits their exchange, they're supposed to, stay on top of. And that comes even when you like coming in and like, let's say you go into Binance.us, right? Just hypothetically, you go into Binance US, you send some whatever coins there, and you trade them for whatever coins. They're supposed to keep up with. They're supposed to keep up with that, but they're not. They're actually not reporting that stuff. They're really not. Like, there's a there's a video. I can't show it to you guys yet because one, I still have to. I like to do my due diligence before I show people stuff, but um supposedly it's kind of like a whistleblower, and they're like, hey, some of this stuff is not being reported, and uh, it's you have to really think, right? Like if the exchanges aren't reporting properly to all the governments, just I'm not even just talking about Binance US. If they're not doing it properly, right? How does that um when they're coming to like hold people accountable for the taxes, right? How can they really tell you or tell anybody for that matter what you're supposed to be really reporting? And there's going to be problems. And I think honestly, I think the government just don't want to deal with these guys. Like I really don't. I think they would rather, because they know everything's on the blockchain. They know everything is on the blockchain. They know it's reported. So I think if they find a way to get rid of these guys, they're going to try to find a way. Now they can't get rid of them overseas, but they can really do some. I'm talking about the U.S. government. They can really do some numbers on them, the ones that are in the U.S. Right. So your Binance.us, your Coinbase is probably the more regulation friendly. They'll probably be, if anybody's still alive after the SEC and the IRS and everybody else do their numbers and stuff. Like Coinbase is probably the one that's still standing. Like Binance.us, I don't even know. I don't know. They have the worst customer service in the world, and I know their reporting has got to be terrible too, because they don't even, when you try to get a I forgot what it is, a 1088 or whatever it is, you can't even get this stuff from them, even though they tell you need to get one in your email, but they don't have it. So I'm telling you, this stuff is real. And if you really care about your investment in crypto stuff, you want to stay on top of what the SEC is doing. Stay on top of them, because they seem slow, right? They seem slow. They seem like they're not keeping up with like I was saying yesterday in the video, they don't talk about decentralized these DeFi. They don't talk about DeFi. They don't talk about all the decentralized stuff. They don't even talk about the blockchain too much, even though they know it's blockchains. But they really just talk about exchanges. You hear them talk about exchange, because once eventually when they get through with them, guess where they're going next? You got it. They're going to the blockchains. They're going to find a way. They're going to figure out what they can do. Now, the things there are the things that the way things stand, they can't, right? Because once you put the code on the interwebs, they can't take it down, right? They can't. They can't, because they don't. The governments don't own the internet. I hope everybody knows that. Everybody should know that. The government does not own the internet. They can they own the way that you can connect to it, right? So they can stop Comcast or Xfinity or whoever your service providers are. They can stop you from like connecting to certain web hosts and stuff like that. They can stop you from connecting to maybe like crypto.com or Binance or whatever. They can do all those things. They can make it really hard for people to interact with the crypto. But there's ways around everything, and it is what it is. But they can't affect the blockchain. They can't touch the blockchain. And that's what makes Vulcan so like this almost like an oasis, because everything that they're trying to affect right now, the staking, the stuff like that, we're gonna have it. It's just better and it's more trustworthy, because guess what? What do you trust more when you really think about what's been going on, like FTX and everything else? What would you trust more? Would you trust another exchange, another centralized exchange, and giving them your assets and telling them to hey, stake my assets for X amount of percentage? Or would you trust a blockchain where you have control of your assets and you're able to connect to, the blockchain in certain ways and get your interest and stuff like that, which is like flex, pretty much flex, claim your flex and stuff. And also at the same time, you're staking automatically in your wallet just by letting it sit there, right? You would rather have it like that. I'm sure of it, right? Especially, I mean, if you didn't know anything about crypto, you probably would the first place you stepped into, which was, let's just say Binance.us or crypto.com. Like, if you stepped in there and you didn't know anything about crypto and this is your first run at it, you watched a couple of YouTube videos, yeah, you probably be want to sit up in a centralized exchange. But, but you wouldn't want to, after hearing all the horror stories, you wouldn't want to stay, right? Like, If you knew what was going on for years, you wouldn't want to stay in a centralized exchange. You would want to get out of there quick. You'd be like, especially if if you don't have they're not your keys. Basically, everything that you do in a centralized exchange is not yours. It's until you get it off. So yes, you would want to interact with Vulcan way more than anybody else, any other way of doing things, because you have control, right? It's all about you having control, and on top of that, guess what? The blockchain is actually in compliance technically. I mean, it's not registered or anything like that, but you can't even register crypto. You can't register crypto, but for the most part, in the eyes of the SEC and what they're looking for and the ways they want things to be ran, we're in compliance, because what they're saying is they want to take down everybody who you have to take your assets and give them to in order to stake. They want to make that illegal, right? So the fact that you're in Vulcan blockchain right now that's doing total opposite of what the centralized exchanges are doing, and that the SEC is saying what they're saying, you should feel confident that even your assets just sitting in your wallet and you being part of Vulcan, that you're going to be fine, because they're not looking. They're not going to look at Vulcan, because they're going to see, once it's explained, or once they see how it's explained, that oh, the assets don't leave their wallets. The investors have control of the assets completely 100% of the time. So we don't have any problem here. That's exactly what this article is saying. Let's see. I'm gonna keep letting it go.
The most common charge levied against an entity is fraud, which is defined as making false statements or misleading investors about the nature of an investment opportunity. As you can imagine, this can have serious consequences for anyone involved in these activities. Given all of these risks and charges, it is important for individuals who are affected by these new restrictions to assess their risks and take action accordingly. There are a number of alternatives that you may consider when faced with these restrictions, from holding onto your tokens until the situation changes to moving your assets elsewhere altogether. Whatever you do, make sure that you understand all of your options before making any decisions. How to trade crypto safely despite SEC charges. The recent charges by the Securities and Exchange Commission against several cryptocurrency platforms have raised concerns about the safety of trading crypto. However, there are steps that investors can take to trade them safely, including those using platforms like Vulcan blockchain. One important tip is to do your research before investing in any platform or cryptocurrency. This means reading up on the platform's history, its security measures, and any past security breaches. Additionally, investors should be cautious when giving out personal information and should only use reputable exchanges that are regulated by government agencies. Another important step to trade crypto safely is to stay updated on the latest regulatory developments and changes in the market. This can involve following news and updates from government agencies such as the SEC, as well as monitoring the performance of the cryptocurrency market as a whole. It is also important to stay alert for any signs of market manipulation or fraud, which can be common in the relatively unregulated world of cryptocurrency. Finally, it is always a good idea to diversify your investments and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Assessing the impact of the SEC's regulations on crypto staking. The SEC has recently released regulations that may have a significant impact on the crypto staking market. These regulations, which are known as the crypto staking rules, define how securities tokens can be used. Before we go into detail, it's important to understand what crypto staking is and why it's important. This is a process in which holders of cryptocurrency tokens use those tokens to perform tasks or earn rewards. Common examples of these tasks include verifying the validity of transactions or participating in a proof-of-stake system. By holding tokens that are associated with these tasks, holders can earn rewards in the form of cryptocurrency or other assets. These rules were released in response to concerns about fraudulent activities related to crypto staking. The SEC believes that these activities could lead to fraudsters gaining control over valuable digital assets and profiting from them without actually providing any financial services. As a result, the SEC has put in place strict regulations governing how securities tokens can be used. The main concern with these regulations is that they may affect the profitability of major players in the crypto staking market, such as startups, investors, exchanges, and mining pools. For example, startups that rely heavily on crypto staking for their business model may find themselves at a disadvantage if they cannot comply with the SEC's regulations. In addition, investors and traders who are involved in the market may find themselves at risk if they don't understand all of the regulatory requirements. Fortunately for businesses and investors who are compliant with the crypto stacking rules, there are many benefits associated with being compliant. For instance, being compliant will likely make it easier for you to attract new customers and investors into your ecosystem. It will also help you avoid potential legal issues down the road, something that everyone wants to avoid. Finally, being compliant will likely result in increased security for your users' holdings since you'll be taking steps to protect them from fraudsters and theft. To summarize, in conclusion, by following best practices such as doing their research, monitoring the market, and being cautious when using DeFi platforms or social media channels, investors can minimize their risks and trade crypto safely. While the regulatory environment for cryptocurrency investments remains uncertain, the growing popularity of crypto staking and other forms of investment suggests that the crypto industry is here to stay. As long as investors remain vigilant and informed, they can continue to participate in this exciting and rapidly evolving market.
And that's it, guys. That is it. That is pretty much, this is a great article. It's in the announcements, by the way, in Discord, and I'll put it in the description. But this article is perfect if you have anybody who's a novice investor or investor who's kind of like concerned with where crypto is going. They need to read this article. They really do. But pretty much, guys, I'm gonna time to wrap this up. I'm gonna go through the comments and just say, see everybody who's here today. Melanin Delight, thanks for coming through. Trip, always thanks for coming through. You always come through. Let's see. Teddy One was here. Biz, my man's, he's always here. Trip again. Teddy One, thanks for coming through. Chaz Hammer, thanks for coming through. Jason, thank you for coming through. Mellifella Crypto, thanks a lot for coming through, bro. The Greek, he's always here. Thanks, bro. Tell me when you get that shirt, by the way. El Nini, thanks for coming through. Teddy One. Let's see who else came through. Andrew Pop, thank you for coming through. And the Bush Burner, thank you for coming through, bro. Crypto Pride came through, show through. I can't wait till the highlights come through. I can just click this stuff. Cut the Music, thank you for coming through. And let's see, anybody else that I miss? Chad's Hammer, thank you for coming through. Compton 310, thank you for coming through. 310. John Cano, thank you for coming through. Let's see. OBZ, my man's always coming through. Let's see, we already got the Greek. That looks like everyone. So I want to thank everybody for coming through today. I'm gonna see you guys on Monday. Also check out Sunday. I'm gonna have a game day. If you guys like the game thing, but come through. It's gonna be at 3 p.m. Eastern. Don't know what game we're playing yet, but we're gonna go through. Hopefully, I have Kirktheus and the guys come through. But if not, I'm gonna be playing. We'll figure something out. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Peace out.